Hey guys, welcome to the IS Guide. See, in this video we'll be discussing the day 2 and this is part 2 video. Okay, and the date is 7th of 7/9/2017. Okay, and let us see what we'll be discussing in this day 2. See, in this day 2 part 2 we'll be discussing about the scope of sociology. Okay, what is the scope of sociology? Okay, and we have to keep this in mind since sociology, it's so elastic as a subject. Okay, we cannot confine sociology to certain boundaries. We cannot confine itself within certain boundaries. Okay, it is so much elastic as a science. Okay, and also it is very much difficult to determine just where the boundaries begin and where it ends. We cannot actually have a clear cut idea about where the boundary began and where the boundary ended when it comes to sociology as a subject. Okay, but anyway, there are two main school of thoughts regarding the scope of sociology. Okay, and those two school of thoughts, the first one is known as the specialist school of thought and the second one is known as synthetic school of thought. Okay, there are two school of thoughts. The specialist school of thought is also known by the name formalistic school. Okay, these are the two school of thoughts which actually define the scope of sociology, and it is very important exam point of view also. Okay, and let us first discuss about the specialist view. Okay, that is specialist school of thought when it comes to scope of sociology. Okay, and actually this school of thought is led by George Simmel. George Simmel is the person who is the main person who have actually led this school, specialist school. And there are also other advocates of these schools. Okay, like Virkant is there, Max Weber is there, Small is there, then von Weiss is there, and Tonis. Okay, these are all the other sociologists who are the advocates of this specialist school of thought. Okay, and actually what they tell, the specialist school walas, they tell actually sociology is pure and independent science. Okay, actually why they tell sociology is a pure science? Because according to them, pure science is actually having limited scope. So they tell that sociology is also having limited scope, so we can tell sociology as a pure science. Like that, the specialist school of people actually opinioned. Okay, and sociology, they tell that the sociology should study only the forms of social relationship but not the contents. Okay, their argument is like that. Okay, they have to just study the forms of relationship but not the core contents of the social phenomena according to the specialist school. Okay, for example, social relationship means we can take examples. Competition is a social relationship, and subordination, it is also a social relationship. The division of labor which is there in the society is also a social relationship. Okay, all these social relations should be studied only the forms according to these people. Okay, and let us see what other peoples have told about the specialist school. Okay, they are all actually subscription. Okay, they are all the subscribers of the specialist school. Okay, first person Virkant, let us see what he has told. Okay, he tells that sociology concerns itself with the ultimate form of mental or psychic relationship which links man to one another in the society. Okay, he tells that sociology is nothing but it is a certain kind of mental and psychic relationship between two individuals in the society, between one individual and various individuals in the society. Okay, that kind of relationship, it is known as sociology. It may be mental or psychic kind of relationship. Okay, we all know people want to live in group. Okay, they don't want to live in isolations because human being is a social animal. That's what Virkant has told about sociology. Okay, he tells that in dealing with the culture, sociology should not concern to actual content. Instead, it should concern to the forces of change and persistence of the culture. Okay, this was the point given by Virkant. I will repeat again. According to Virkant, he also tells that in dealing with an example like culture, sociology should not only concern with the actual contents. Instead, it should also concern with the forces of change and persistence of the culture. Okay, that's what Virkant actually opinioned about the sociology and the concept of culture. Okay, and let us see what Max Weber have opinioned about the specialist school. Okay, he tells that the aim of sociology is to interpret social behavior. Okay, and also he tells that social behavior, no, that does not cover the whole field of human relationship. Okay, social relationship means, I'm sorry, social behavior means social behavior does not cover whole field of human relationship. Okay, social behavior concerns the individual. That's the reason we can call sociology as a specialist school. That is the opinion given by the Max Weber. Then let us see what are the critics of this specialist school of thoughts. Okay, there are various critics. The first critic is, they tell that this school, no, it unreasonably narrowed the field of sociology. Okay, this school tells that sociology scope is limited, but actually it is not true. It is not limited. They have unreasonably narrowed the field of sociology. That is the first critic given by this school of thought. Okay, the critics for this school of thought. Okay, sociology, they also tells that sociology should not only study the general form of social relationship but also their concrete content, according to the critic. Okay, I'll repeat, sociology should not only study general forms of any social relationship but also it needs to study the concrete contents. That is what the critics are criticizing the synthetic school. That was the first point, and let's move for the second point. Okay, they tell that the distinction between the forms of social relationship and their content is not workable. Okay, they are telling that the distinctions are there not between different forms of the relationship which is there in the society, and also the relationship content what is there, the relationship, no, what the specialist school are telling, they are not actually workable. Okay, they tell this is not workable because social forms, no, keep on changing when the content changes. Okay, that's the reason relationship between content and relationship they have not actually properly dealt with. That is also the criticism. Okay, because social forms, no, it also always keeps on changing when the content changes. That's the second critics. The third critics, they tell that sociology, no, is not only science that studies the form of relationship. Okay, that means it is not only the science, other sciences also are there which also studies social relationship. Who told that only sociology is the subject which deals with social relationship? Okay, the critics are arguing like this. Okay, for example, political science is there. See, political science, we will also be studying certain aspects of human relationship. Okay, social relationship, where the specialist school have told that one. Economics is a subject where we can also study about different interaction between the social beings. That is also not told by specialist school. Okay, that is what the critics of the specialist school. Critic peoples always criticize in this fashion for them. Okay, and also they tell that the establishment of pure science, the establishment of pure sociology is impractical actually. Okay, because no science is there which can be studied in complete isolation. Okay, they are telling that sociology, is a pure sociology is a pure science, like that they are telling. Okay, but it is actually impractical because there is no science in the universe where a subject can be studied in complete isolation from other sciences. Okay, if you take sociology, we should link to other sciences also. That means its scope is not limited. That is what their argument. Okay, it is interlinked. Sociology is interlinked. It is not pure science. It is not, its scope is not limited. Okay, we cannot study sociology in isolation. That is what the last critic of the school. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to the next school. Okay, the second school which I have told, that is synthetic school. See, when it comes to synthetic school, the main persons who have subscribed to this school are Emil Durkheim, then Hobhouse, Ginsberg, Sorokin. Okay, these are the very famous sociologists who have subscribed to this second school, synthetic school. Okay, and they tell that this school wants to make sociology not pure science, they want to make it as general science. Okay, that is the main argument of this synthetic school. Okay, in fact, this school has made sociology encyclopedic in characteristic. That means general in characteristic. Okay, and this school says all the parts of society are interlinked. That means no part of the society is isolated, it is actually interlinked according to these people. Okay, hence sociology has to study social life as a whole but not in isolation. I'll repeat, hence sociology has to study social life as a whole but not in isolation according to the synthetic school of people. Okay, see, after this, they were the general points of synthetic school. Now let us see the views of single person. Okay, see, when it comes to views of synthetic school of Emile Durkheim, he says that within the synthetic school we have three major fields of inquiry. Okay, that is, within sociology we have three major fields of inquiry according to Emile Durkheim when it comes to synthetic school. Okay, which are those? The first, he tells that social morphology, second social philosophy, the third is general sociology. Okay, these are the three actually fields of inquiry when it comes to synthetic school. Okay, see, social morphology, you know, he tells that it studies the territorial basis of life of people. What he tells? He tells it studies the territorial life of the people. Okay, and also he tells that it studies the problems of population. See, what are the problems of population? Unemployment is problem of overpopulation. Poverty is problem of overpopulation. Okay, that is the reason in India and China more poverty is there. Okay, rich are rich, poor are poor. Okay, this is the main reason, population. Okay, I will again repeat the social morphology point. Social morphology studies the territorial basis of the life of people and the problems of population. Okay, that is what the meaning of morphology. Okay, now he tells the second type. Okay, second type is physiology, social physiology. Okay, physiology means we can include religion in physiology, religion. Okay, we can also include other aspects like moral. Okay, we can also include the law, we can also include the economy. Okay, all these can be included when it comes to the social physiology. Okay, and the third field of inquiry is general sociology. Okay, actually general sociology, you know, it deals with the general characteristics of social fact. That is what is known as general sociology. Okay, the sociology which deals with the general characteristics of social facts are known as general sociology. Okay, and also the functions of general sociology, you know, is the formulation of general social laws. That is what is the function of general sociology, formulation of general social laws. Okay, these are the three fields of inquiry given by the Emile Durkheim. And when it comes to the views of Morris Ginsburg, for this synthetic school, when it comes to the views of Morris Ginsburg, he tells that sociology can be classified actually into four branches. Okay, he actually does certain kind of revisions, and he tells that the first is social morphology, the second is social control, the third is social process, and the fourth is social pathology. Okay, these are the four branches of sociology, he tells, according to Ginsburg. Okay, according to him, social morphology, you know, it actually studies with the social structure, it studies with the social groups, it also studies with the different kind of social institutions which are there in the society. That is what is known as social morphology according to Ginsburg. I'll repeat, it studies with social structure, social groups, and social institutions which are there in the society, social morphology. Okay, and the second branch of sociology according to Ginsburg is social control. See, when it comes to social control, it deals with the both type, formal as well as informal means of control. That is what known as social control. Okay, formal as well as informal means of social control is known as general social control. Okay, examples we can give: customs. Definitely by customs people actually they are controlled. Customs actually tells what to do, what not to do. And also moral is also example of social control, moral, moral, because no, moral values, when the moral values are there in the society functions good. When the moral values are lost, gone everything, okay, they don't trust anybody. That is the reason moral can also be a social control. Law enforcement, that is also a social control. Legislature, this is also a social control. Okay, by all this the man can be controlled. You may ask, why we have to control the man? Because see, there's a different kind of aspects why you need to control man. See, if there are 100 peoples in this universe, let us say example okay, let us say example 100 peoples are there, and 100 peoples also, there are only some, let us say some 30 resources are there. Okay, resources are 30 peoples can eat this food, but there are 100 peoples, and 100 peoples, no, they want each one of they want a complete share. Okay, so how can this 30 meal can be distributed to 100 peoples? Okay, if we live freely for 100 peoples, they will actually, there will be a quarreling. Okay, there will be a quarreling and unrest in the society. People fight each other in the streets if this kind of social control is not there. That's the reason what the government will do, or what government is what. Okay, actually we can tell government means actually made up of people. Okay, in democratic setup, that means what the government will do is they will share this 30 and they will divide, and they will actually distribute this 30 among this 100 based on, definitely inequality will be there. Okay, they will not actually give this 30 food equally for 100, they will not divide equally. Okay, certain big share will be there, certain small share will be there, but anyway 100 will be fed, and some of the people will not be fed also. Okay, that's the reason. And definitely there will be inequalities. The resource will be allocated by inequalities only by seeing their actually capabilities. Okay, more worthy peoples will be getting more share, and less worthy peoples will be getting less share. Okay, that's a different concept. That is what is known as social control. Okay, and the third branch of sociology is social process, according to Ginsberg. Okay, social process. What is the meaning of social process? It is nothing but different modes of interaction between people. That is known as process. Process means what? Okay, social process means the way people are interacting in different way in the society. That is what known as social process. Example, we can take cooperation. Cooperation is also a social process. Okay, if there is no cooperation in the society, nothing can work. Okay, competition, definitely there should be an open competition type in society. Okay, then only people's actually work. Okay, that is known as social process. And definitely conflict is a part of social process. Okay, if there is no conflict, there will be conflict. That's the reason there is police setup. Why police setup is there, why politics is there, definitely there will be conflicts. That's the reason. And we cannot consider conflict as a negative. Okay, we can tell that there should be less conflict in the society, but without conflict also society, we cannot tell that it's going in the right manner. And huge conflict should also be not there in any societies. Okay, conflict can also be told as social process. And the fourth category of sociology is social pathology. Okay, see, social pathology is nothing but it is the study of social maladjustment and disturbances. That is known as pathology. Okay, the study of social maladjustments as well as the disturbances which are there in the society. That is known as social pathology. Okay, we can give example like poverty is social pathology. Okay, definitely poverty, nobody is happy with poverty. Okay, you tell me who wants to willingly go into poverty section. Okay, everybody wants to become rich. Okay, nobody wants to become poor. Okay, so poverty definitely it's a disturbance and it is a maladjustment. People know in poverty they cannot actually find comfortable to live actually. Okay, basic needs will be least satisfied for the poverty people. Okay, and also crime rate. Crime is also a maladjustment. See, who likes crime? Nobody likes crime. Even the person who is doing crime, he don't like crime. Okay, it is also a maladjustment and disturbances which are there in the society. We should be reduced. Okay, social pathology. These are the four divisions or branches of sociology according to Morris Ginsberg. Okay, and that's it. And Ginsberg, he also tells about the functions of sociology. Okay, and according to him, these are the three functions of sociology. Okay, Ginsberg tells that sociology, it seeks to produce or provide a classification of types and forms of social relationship. Okay, it actually classifies. It actually classifies the types plus the forms of social relationship. Okay, and he also tells that sociology, it tries to determine the relation between different factors of social life. Okay, different factors of social life means we can take economic and political. What are the relationship between economic sociology and political sociology? What are the relationship between economics and politics? Definitely economic and politics are interrelated. They are not actually separate kind of things. Politics is very much dependent on the economic factor. Economic factor is usually dependent on the politics. Okay, it tries to determine the relation between different forms of social life like economic and politics, moral and religion, okay, other types. And the third is sociology tries to disentangle the fundamental condition of social change. Okay, it is that sociology tries to disentangle the fundamental conditions of social change and persistence, and to discover social principles governing the social life. Okay, I'll repeat again. Sociology tries to disentangle, that means separate itself, the fundamental conditions of change and persistence, okay, and discover social principles governing the social life. Okay, this is the third function given by the Ginsberg, the functions of sociology. Okay, that's it. This completes the sociology scope. Okay, this topic completes the scope of sociology. Okay, and also we should keep in mind that the scope of sociology, it is very vast actually. The scope of sociology is very vast. We cannot actually tell that what we have discussed is the only scope. We cannot tell that. Okay, academic point of view we have discussed. Academic, whatever is there in the UPSC syllabus we have discussed, and whatever they can ask in UPSC exams we have discussed. Okay, in reality we cannot actually limit the scope of sociology. It's vast, it is very vast. Okay, and it studies all the aspects of society such as social process, conflicts, changes, stratification, etc. Okay, economic sociology, many aspects of society is there. Okay, all the aspects it will study in deeper forms in reality. So scope is very vast, and for academic purpose we have limited and we have explained here for exam point of view. Okay, that's it guys. This was the end of part 2, day 2. Okay, let's meet in part 3, okay, in the next video. Okay, till then, bye, and let's meet in the next video. Okay.